Hello everyone, this is Charles Walhingford back again with another Watch Talk, and we have again Greg from the tobacco company, co-owner of tobacco company. Right now we are in his office in the Harrisburg Tobacco Company cigars. We did a great video last time with Greg's Rolex, and he wanted to show us some other watches, and one of his really nice special watch is Hublot Big Bang. Greg, what do we have here?
Well, this is the original Hublot Big Bang. I can't remember the year that this came out, but when it did, I had seen an article on it and instantly fell in love with the watch, the look of the watch. So obviously I did some research and found that it was in high demand, and I was put on a waiting list. And I think it took me about 6 to 8 months until I finally got a call from Tourneau saying that they had one, and I ran down to King of Prussia to pick it up and threw it into the rotation, so to speak. But there was one.
Is that the first time you did something like that with a watch, on a waiting list to get?
The first time, absolutely. Yeah.
How's that feel to do something like that? I've never put anything close to that.
Yeah, it was something that was foreign to me. Usually you would think that if there was something that the person wanted and somebody was manufacturing that item, that you'd just be go and buy it. But it was just that it was such a limited watch. It was a new concept. They were fairly new. I don't recall the years. I know that I think it's Jean-Claude Beaver took over the company. I think that's his name.
Yeah.
Bivet.
Yeah.
And I know he kind of reinvented the company, moved it to different direction, and they started making some really classy and beautiful looking watches. So,
oh yeah.
Well, at the time when Greg bought his, that was the first watch. They called it the Fusion watch, where they use all different types of material, which everybody knows they're doing now. But
rubber,
at that
steel,
time,
gold. I mean,
that was the first watch that ever did all that.
Yeah.
No other company was doing it at the time, and that's what made it so rare.
And it was revolutionary, and it changed the industry. Now everyone does it.
Right, with the rubber strap, with the stainless steel, and ceramic. All that's
titanium.
in that watch.
Oh yeah, they would just. It was that's why they call it the fusion. It was a fusion of different materials.
Yeah.
And at that time, nobody was doing it. I wanted to get one, and I was going down to King of Prussia, and the guy told me I'd probably have to wait a year to get one.
That's what he originally told me.
Yeah. It was just they had so many people that wanted, because it was something that was completely different and it was never done before. You know. And now it's normal, but back then it wasn't the norm. You know, but that was the watch to have back in the day. Like when I first got my Bell & Ross Phantom, that watch was a hard watch to get.
Yeah.
I mean, and the prices would go up because it was so limited. Only 3 jewelry stores. Well, no, sorry. The jewelry stores that had them, I think it was 100. They only were allowed to have 3.
Wow.
So people were paying above retail just to get these watches, because at that time there was no black watch like that, completely blacked out. Something different, and that's what that watch is.
There's definitely something different. Greg, you brought your watch collection with you.
Bought some of them, yeah.
Wow, I saw some really nice ones in there. You have in your watch, because we already saw your
stainless Submariner.
Stainless Submariner. Oh,
I don't know what. Yeah, it was a stainless.
The stainless Submariner, but we didn't get to see the two-tone. That was really a part of.
Yeah, this was kind of
that great story you had.
Yeah, this was that's the two-tone Submariner. That was actually, out of this collection, probably one of the first ones I got. No, actually, there's 1 or 2 in there before that.
So this is.
So you mentioned earlier, Charles, that we talked about the stainless. This is the two-tone, which I actually bought before the stainless.
So you bought this before the stainless?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
this is what you always wanted, though.
This was the one I always wanted, correct? Yeah. And it took me a little while to get there, but obviously due to the cost of this watch compared to the stainless. But so I kind of saved up when I had it. Well, actually, I had a good day in Atlantic City, so. So I don't know. I'll go through if you want to.
Sure, let's go through, and I'd love to hear about it.
Well, do any of them have any special meaning that we know about? Do any of your watches that you currently have any special meaning to them? You know, represents a birthday or an accomplishment, a child being born or anything like that?
No,
It's all about him.
it's selfishness. No,
you have to do that for yourself, because I don't know about you, but for me, I don't get good gifts. I haven't received a good gift, especially once I became a father.
Yeah.
It dried up quick. So
Yeah.
you kind of need to get yourself something.
Yeah, and when I do something, when I get into anything, like we talked a little bit briefly off camera that firearms. When I get into something, I go overboard. I learn about it. I get into it. I buy the best. I try to at my level. I mean, obviously there's watches that cost way more than this, but that's a different level. And everybody's got to play their own game. So this is my game at my level. So once I get into what we were talking about, the gifts, my wife always says, what do you want for Christmas? What do you want for your birthday? And I said, really nothing, because if it's something I want, I probably already got it, because that's just the mindset that I have. So back to your original question, none really. They just either time that I would see someone wearing that watch, or I'd see it in a magazine, or I'd see TV or advertising or something. I go, man, I like that. I'm gonna look into it. So that kind of what drives me. It's all about the aesthetics first of all, and then I'll do a little research, make sure that the watch has a good reputation. I don't want something I gotta be taking back all the time. Sometimes it's just opportunity. Like this watch here, gentlemen.
I've been waiting for him to talk about this one.
There's a story to that one, if I remember right.
Yeah, this one here is a Breitling Montbrion Eclipse. It's a very limited edition cigar. I'm thinking cigar. Watch. A gentleman, a friend of mine, acquaintance that I know, didn't wear it any longer. He had bought it, put it in a safe, and it just sat there. And he was kind of looking for some money to kind of liquidate some of the things he had laying around, and I really made a pretty decent deal on this watch, and it's kind of an aviator's watch. It has all kind of scientific formulas on it to calculate airspeed and all that kind of stuff. Again, above my pay grade. I do have the chart that goes with this one. They send you this little dial chart, and it tells you how to do all that stuff. So that's the Breitling. The tag is just a diver's watch, and my wife and I saw this watch in the shop, and we bought his and hers version
nice.
of it. And this is not a mechanical watch. This is a works battery operated watch. So it's a good everyday kind of watch. This one here is the Hamilton Jazz Master. I don't get to wear this one too often, but just it's a good look.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
Kind of goes good
watch.
with the jean to Hamilton. Yeah. The movement in it, if I'm not mistaken, I think is same movement that's in the Breitling chronograph. In fact, you'll find that same theme. And in movements, if one company makes a movement, they'll sell it to other companies to put it in their watches. For example, the Breitling, this is also a chronograph. And again, don't quote me on the numbers, but I think it's a value 7650.
7750 or 7751.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
It's the same movement that's in this watch. This watch is an Alfred Hamill. It's got the moon phase, it's got the date, chronograph. It's a very limited watch, and I think there were 300 pieces made, and I can't remember the number. I think this is number 5.
Wow.
So that's kind of unique. It has the
Let the
deployment.
camera see that watch. Nice. Real nice.
It's kind of in the style of Frank Mueller, if you guys are familiar with Frank Mueller's. Not a Frank Mueller price.
Yeah, no doubt.
But Frank Mueller's another nice watch. and that's one that I always kind of aspired to have, but they didn't always have a really good reputation for the movements. So
No, they didn't.
a lot of issues there. This one here is also another, it's kind of just a small dress watch. It's an Alfred Hamel as well. Alfred Hamel was a very small boutique out of New York. This is a Panerai Luminor Marina. Just kind of a basic, their entry-level model. It has a sweep second hand on it, rubber band. Again, a nice watch to wear with just about anything. This is the watch I typically wear when I go to black tie. It's a Bon Mercier mechanical watch. Yeah, very basic, very thin, so it kind of fits underneath the cuff of a shirt very easily. So when I'm wearing a suit or black tie event with a tux, that watch goes very well. And then I like sports watches. I brought this one in.
We have here.
This is an MTM. They're known for their kind of. Now here you really talk about the big ring or the big
Yeah, it's
faces again.
That is a large watch.
And it has some neat functions and it has some opening up here. There's some built-in night lighting. I did have it. But it has like that, I don't know if you can see at nighttime.
Oh yeah, I see
those
that.
little lights, and then it has kind of a flashlight if you need to see something. And it has a blink, like a distress blink. I don't know if
So that's a real tool watch. People use the word tool watch.
yeah.
They don't really know what they're talking about. That's an actual tool watch.
Yeah,
That's something you would find a person in the military will actually need to use.
Yeah.
Not these other ones. That's
No.
not a real tool watch.
now. And when you go to their website, it says they're specifically designed for people in the military.
Mhm.
You know, with all the different functions they have and this and that. And actually, that's a nice little thing. Now, for those of you out there that are watching this video, this is the type of collection you want to aspire to be. There's no snobbery here. I mean, you've got an MTM, you've got some Alfred Hamels, you've got some Rolexes, Panerai. To me, it's like well blended, you know.
Balance.
You know,
True balance, and he's looking for a purpose, and he's not necessarily looking for the name.
True.
There's some awesome names in here, but he's not snobbing out. So I can't wear that. Or even the fact that he's showing you, because sometimes guys who have these watches won't tell anybody, won't show anybody.